Hey everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show to get you styled up with Stitch Fix. Shopping's hard. It's hard. With Stitch Fix, you get a stylist, though, who understands your style, your size, your budget, and they do all the shopping for you.
Wow.
This is excellent. Shopping, I'm telling you, shopping and figure out your style, it's overwhelming. Let somebody help you when it comes to getting dressed. We don't know what we're doing, so we let Stitch Fix help us out. A Stitch Fix stylist there. They know what works on us. We get the prices that make us look really good, and it feels good. You get some confidence boost walking around knowing that you're looking decent here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we just give the stylist our sizes, style, budget preferences. We order boxes when we want, how we want, no subscription or any of that required. And they send called Just For Me pieces as well. Like, maybe you'd like this, and it's awesome. Outfit recommendations, styling tips. You keep what you love, you send back the rest. It's super easy.
Yep.
You can do it, and we are doing it because it's excellent. Personal styling for everyone. Get started today at stitchfix.com/STM. That's stitchfix.com/STM.
Now back to the show.
Hey everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show to tell you a little bit more about Rocket Money. It's the start of a new year. It's the perfect time to get organized, set your goals, prioritize what matters most. And for me, top priority is getting myself together here. Financial wellness, doing that, which that feels important, you know? Just feels like adult stuff that you have to do. And thanks to Rocket Money, my goals feel achievable now. They show me all my subscriptions in one place, help me easily cancel ones I forgot that I've been paying for, which happened to me. Absolutely happened to me. I had, for years, I was paying for something. I was like, what is going on here? Rocket Money found it and saved me lots of money since then, because it's been a while. So they did a great job here. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/smalltownmurder today. That's rocketmoney.com/smalltownmurder. rocketmoney.com/smalltownmurder.
Now back to the show.
Hi, I'm Ashley Flowers, and if you're like me and grew up watching America's Most Wanted and reading Nancy Drew, then hi, you're a crime junkie. And I bet that passion for solving mysteries never went away, which is why we've assembled a team of reporters to dig deep into all the cases we still obsess over. Each Monday, my best friend Britt and I will bring you a case that you won't be able to stop thinking and talking about. So join us by listening to Crime Junkie wherever you listen to podcasts.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Small Town Murder Express.
Yeah, and choo-choo!
Yay, indeed, Jimmy, yay, indeed. My name is James Pietragallo. I'm here with my co-host.
I'm Jimmie Whisman.
Thank you, folks, for joining us all aboard the murder train. Yeah. It is time to pull away from the station with a crazy-ass episode, as usual. And today is no different. Today is an episode where French fries play a big part in the case.
Big fan.
Which I love a French fry, so that immediately piqued my interest.
Yeah.
And I want these French fries. We'll get into all this, but we'll get there. I want these Alabama French fries. Before we do that, very quickly, definitely want to head over to shutupandgivememurder.com. Get your tickets for August 12th, Chicago. It's going to be our biggest show ever, everybody. We're doing a Chicago-only live show as well.
Can't wait.
Only place you're going to see it is in Chicago, so get in there. Get your tickets right now. Also, tickets for Dallas. I think DC might be sold out now. I'm not sure, but if not, there's a couple tickets left.
So close.
Philly, Charlotte, Atlanta. The rest are all sold out. So get in there, get your tickets, and come see us at a live show this year, because God damn it, are they fun. And
boy, oh boy.
Have a good time at one of those. Patreon.com/crime and sports is where you get the bonus material.
Right.
Anybody $5 a month or more, you get everything. Back catalog of bonus stuff, couple hundred episodes there. New ones every other week. 2 new ones, as a matter of fact. This week is no different. It's a fun week this week, because just mayhem, basically. For Crime and Sports, which you'll have access to, we're going to talk about theme park disasters.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, that's going to be fun. And then for Small Town Murder, we're going to talk about some of the craziest prison riots in history. So they're basically the same thing with or without roller coasters. That's the difference. Patreon.
One causes the other. Yeah.
That's it. Patreon.com/crime and sports. And you get a shout out at the end of the regular show, which is always fun. And of course, it is coming. Keep an ear out for your stupid opinions.
We'll do it.
Show's done. We're ready to go. We're ready to have it come out every single Monday morning. And there's just business stuff that is nothing to do with us that we have to just wait for people to do. And we're waiting, and they're doing it, so it's coming. Thank you for your enthusiasm and for caring where it is. We do appreciate that. So we're not annoyed at all by the questions. We're like, thank you. Yes, it's coming. So your stupid opinion's coming very soon. That said, Jimmie, I think it's time.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get into this. I think it's time. Wherever you are, doesn't matter wherever you are.
You painting the house?
Is that what you're doing? Yeah, maybe you're. I'm thinking of roofing, actually. They're on a roof. You're sweaty. There's tar. You're sticky.
There's that.
You know what? I don't care. Throw your mop to the ground, or whatever that is, that tar spreading thing.
Arms to the heavens.
Arms to the sky, covered in tar, and you shout, Shut up and give me murder. Let's do this, Jimmie. What do you say? Let's go on a trip.
Allons-y.
We're going on down to Alabama today.
Oh.
Yes, we are. We were in Michigan earlier, and this is the biggest coincidence in the history of Small Town Murder, which is saying a lot because we had an episode where the Titanic was involved, and that wasn't on purpose. And then this week is very strange because the town in Michigan was Morrice, and it was Morris, Michigan. This is Morris, Alabama.
Really spelled Morris?
But regular Morris, Morris. But still, we have the same town name, and not planned, complete and total coincidental, strangest thing. So I guess when you're above 400 episodes, weird shit starts to happen.
We're going to run Morris this week.
Odds start falling in favor of strange things at that point.
You want to know something really crazy, James? Somebody that listens to this has a dog named Morris. So
I'm sure.
There's that too.
And definitely cats probably, because people still name their cats Morris after that. So here we go. Morris, Alabama, north central Alabama, about 20 minutes outside of Birmingham. So, near that Tennessee border up there and everything. It's about 4 hours to Mobile, which is all the way down south, just to give you an idea, and almost 2 hours to Section, Alabama, which was our last Alabama episode, the Murder Dance. I remember that one. That was
bananas.
That was a strange one there. This week, Morris, population, it's a small town, 2,248, so very small town.
Very small.
Median household income is actually pretty high, though, because you can work in Birmingham and choose to live out here. So it's a different deal. $61,797 a month is the median household income, and the median home price is lower than the national average.
That shit stretches.
$226,000. So
how about it?
There you go. I mean, if that's not a bad deal. So the history here, people arrived in this area in kind of around the same time Alabama became a state, around 1820-ish. 1819 is when they became a state. That's around when people started coming. First thing they put up, Jimmie? Baptist Church. Baptist Church, baby. As we know, Baptists
Somebody get the trusses.
The Catholics of the South. The area
Feel salvation.
It's happening, damn it. The area was known as Shadtown, Kennedysville, and Kennelsville over time. And then they just kept changing it every once in a while.
Was it just a bait shop? Is that what the Shadville's about?
I don't know, man. I don't. Kennedysville. I assume some guy named Kennedy, some guy named Kennel. A lot of dog kennels. I don't know what's going on here. But the railroad came in later on, and of course they had neighboring coal fields that developed once the railroad was there to get coal fields. That sounds fun. The Jefferson Coal Company. Here, one of the owners was named Marshall Morris, and that's where Morris, Alabama, came from.
First name Marshall.
Oh, baby. Yeah, coal from the venture fueled successful tests to determine the feasibility of creating coke pig iron at the Oxmoor furnace.
Is that right?
Yeah, sounds like it smells awful. Whatever's coming out of there.
What is it?
The Oxmoor furnace, they were going to make coke pig iron.
Okay. I don't know what that is.
I have no fucking idea. I don't know.
I know there's
cheap iron. Good
there's
iron.
coke ovens out in the middle of the desert, and I don't know what the fuck that is.
It sounds like it smells bad, though.
Right.
So
when it's a pig and ox, I don't want any to do with it.
no. So Morris was incorporated in 1885 and then for some reason reincorporated in 1950.
Do it again.
No idea why they did that. Just, you know what, like
the incorporations wear
renewing
off.
vows is what it is. It's like they just went to Vegas though. They didn't invite like the whole family. They went to Vegas with like another couple that they hang out with.
Yeah.
That's all.
You guys want to do it too?
Come on. Reviews of this town. Here's 5 stars. Morris is a great place to live and raise a family. Great schools, great community, and has a country feel, but is close enough to Birmingham for work or fun. Okay. 5 stars. My community is amazing in every way possible.
Okay.
That's a lot. No details. That's it. One sentence.
Oh, that's it.
Just every way. If you can think of it, it's that way.
That way too.
That's it. 4 stars. Morris is a very connected and welcoming community for all of its inhabitants. It's safe and quiet and manages to provide an overall cozy feeling, with quotes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's not uncommon to go somewhere and meet friends or even family while out on a daily commute. Because there's 2,200 people. You're bound to run into somebody, you know. Quiet means there isn't much traffic or crime to be concerned about, but that also means the nightlife doesn't have much of a presence either. Yeah, that's kind of how it works. Morris is a place for families to settle down and for those working to get into the routine of their jobs. It doesn't so much embody the eventfulness and liveliness of the big city areas. It's a small town. You could have said one sentence. The last person, my community's amazing in every possible way. Talk to that guy because
period.
You two need to get together and learn some succinctness. 4 stars. Here's 3 stars. Not a high crime area, but the police are useless. Well, if nobody's doing anything, then what's the difference?
What do you need?
That's the point. So, things to do in this town.
Tell me.
Plenty, as you can imagine, just teeming with things to do.
Except meet people.
The Morris, well, strangers anyway.
Right. New.
Yeah.
New people.
New people. Morris Blue Spoon Chili Fest / Chili Cook-Off.
Okay, so
that's a big deal.
Spoon.
It's $100 to enter the cook-off.
To enter?
To enter.
$100.
Then you have to make all the chili, which is expensive to make, too. We'll talk about
Chili's
this.
not cheap.
$75 if you're a first responder or military.
Oh, okay.
MorrisChili.com. You can download the complete chili team packet there. So if you want to compete here, the chili team, here's what you need. We provide you with we being Jimmie and I are the festival now. That's how this works. We provide you with a 10 by 10 tent and an 8-foot table. We provide bowls and spoons for sampling chili.
Oh.
That's what they provide for $100. Your team, now, all of you out there, you decorate your booth, obviously, brand it up. You bring any utensils to serve the chili. You bring away to keep it warm, so you got to bring some sort of...
Oh, you got to bring a crock pot of some sort?
Yeah, you make a large pot of chili, about 5 gallons. That's so much chili.
That's a shitload of chili.
That's so much chili, like so much meat, and that's expensive to make that much chili.
That's that water bottle that you put on the cooler. That's 5 gallons. That's a shitload of
that
chili.
much chili. Bring that and $100, and maybe we'll let you stand in a tent and have people taste it.
And a way to keep that shit warm.
Wow. You bring hand sanitizers and cleaning supplies, so you got to clean your shit up, too. It's like an Airbnb now.
And chili's disgusting.
You bring what you think goes best with chili. So you want to serve cornbread or some shit or bread or crackers.
You want cheese on it?
That's you.
You bring it. Yeah.
You could be one of or all of the following: Grand Champion Belt, People's Choice Award, Team Spirit Gold Medal, and $500 cash. Those are all the different prizes. Last year's, what's that?
I'm going to invest $1,000 and get 500. It's 100. Never mind.
It's 100 plus, $100 in chili supplies probably.
Right.
So it's a lot.
$500 in chili.
Last year's winner was Porky's Pride. That's the grand champion. And who else? Grill Daddy was the People's Choice Award.
Attaboy.
And the Team Spirit Gold went to the Blazers. So there's that. There you go.
Okay.
That sounds like a real investment.
I want to buy 5 gallons of Wendy's chili and go mop the floor with these fucking people.
They're all, this is terrible. Jesus Christ. Tastes like shit. What's going on here? It's all watery and weird and shit.
But I can't stop eating it.
I don't know what it is.
It's disgustingly, Phil, I like it.
So now that we've talked about weird chili, let's talk about something else that'll kill you. Let's talk about some murder here. What do you say?
All right,
let's get into this here. Let's talk about a lady first. How's that? Let's talk about a lady. Cindy K. Henderson we'll talk about here. Later on, she'll be Cindy K. Henderson Reese.
Oh,
that's a lot of names. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is also hyphenated. Cindy K. Well, no, K's her middle name, but Henderson's her first married name. Anyway, Cindy is born January 5th, 1975. Okay. She is married for a few years in the early 2000s. That ends, though, pretty abruptly here. Really? As you know, relationships end for a lot of reasons.
Sure.
Usually it takes a while to fully extricate yourself from it, but if your partner commits suicide, it's over quickly, and that's what happened here.
That's a quick one.
Yeah, that's over with there. So
he ended it, huh?
He ended it quickly. Yeah, there's no, we're not going to talk about it later at that point.
Paperwork's brutal.
It's rough. So her husband commits suicide, and so she meets another man in a couple years.
Yeah.
And ends up, getting remarried here. So hopefully he won't kill himself. That would be nice.
Right.
She marries Michael Earl Reese, Reese, and she becomes Cindy K. Henderson Reese. He's born in July of 1974, so he's 6 months older than her. 6 months, they're same age. They move into a house at 637 Banks Street in Morris. That's where they live. It's a little house. Not a big one. It's one of those little, maybe 1,200 square feet.
Okay.
You can kind of see everything from everywhere in this house. It's got a kitchen's all the way in.
Probably.
No basement. Kitchen's all the way in the back, which is weird. It's down you walk in and there's a long hallway where the kitchen is down there.
Whoa.
It's strange. It's a weird, on the other side of the bedrooms, it looks like. It's a very strange setup architecturally. So they have a relationship. They get married. They're living there. No children between them or anything like that. But they do around 2013 or so, 2012-ish, they get interested in church more.
Okay.
So they start going to church as a couple. And the main reason they start going to church is because they like this pastor that is at this one church. Okay. There's a guy named Jeffrey David Brown. Jeff Brown.
He just sells Jesus to us.
It's just the way he has a way about him. He's got a way about him. I mean Jesus, not this guy. So
this guy,
that's he just sings Billy Joel songs, but replaces whatever woman was in it with Jesus. Jesus waits for you.
Yeah,
this is Vienna. He's got fucking.
He's got up cloud guy.
Up cloud guy. Scenes from a heavenly restaurant.
Yeah.
There's all these different ones. It's pretty cool. I like it.
He's got a whole catalog. That's a good one. I like that a lot.
It's good. It's pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
So Jeff Brown here, he's born 1980. He's about 5 years or so younger than these folks here. He's a former Marine and corrections officer after that.
Sure.
So, being a Southern corrections officer is... I've read books of people who are going undercover being Southern corrections officers in Louisiana and stuff. It's a pretty miserable job. It's hot in there, and
it's a smidge grimy.
The kind of the stated goal of prison is to treat these people terrible. So then they generally treat you worse. So it's not a fun job at all. It's a tough job. So.
It's real cyclical. Everybody treats everybody like shit, kind of revolving.
Yeah, door. Yeah. And if you have to deal with a prison, and imagine being in a prison and having to deal with that 8 hours a day.
Right.
If you do that, never mind living there, but you do that, and then you're like, I could get paid just to talk about Jesus. Wow, that sounds much better.
And get out of this revolving door that has a monkey just throwing its shit at the opening.
I'd like to go to
hits everybody.
I'd like to go to work in a building where I'm not searched on the way in. That'd be nice. I'm not thoroughly searched on the way in. I'd appreciate that probably.
I'm not even the guy here for punishment.
No.
I'm the guy here for a 401k.
Trying to. So he is appointed, Jeff Brown, in 2013. He's appointed as the senior pastor at the Sardis, Sardis Baptist Church in Birmingham, or outside of Birmingham. It's in Boaz, B-O-A-Z, whatever that is, where Cindy becomes the minister of music there.
Oh,
so she
that's a solid,
directs the choir and leads those people. And
solid title, though.
It's pretty cool. She doesn't get paid for it, I don't think. I think it's just a volunteer job. Whereas that's his actual job.
Really?
He's senior pastor. He gets paid for that shit. Well, that's the guy bringing in the dough. You got to give him at least a commission or something. So this guy here, Jeff Brown, he's also married and has a family and that sort of deal. So they have, I believe there's children from previous marriages involved here, but we won't get too much into them.
Okay.
But as these two families, they start to, because she's the minister of music and he's the senior pastor, so their families become close. They spend time together, go places together, go out to eat together. When somebody is going out of town or something, they'll babysit the other's kids, that sort of deal. They're the close family that they know isn't weird and they don't think will diddle their kids and, all that kind of shit. But the problem with this is, as it goes on, Cindy and Jeff start to have a relationship of their own.
Yeah.
Yeah. They end up falling in love, these two. So they're watching each other's kids and all that, and these two are seeing each other and, all on the side and everything.
Oh, boy.
Now, they both claim, though, that there is no physical relationship for a long time here. They call it
platonic, just flirting?
It's an emotional relationship.
Oh, yeah.
But, nothing physical or anything like that, I'm sure. Yeah. So
I'm sure they're disclosing that to their partners, too.
Well, yeah, I'm sure they're just all of their conversations and what they're doing. I'm sure it's all very out in the open,
very
probably. Yeah, right out in the open there. They leave it on just answering machine messages, just let them flow. Just voicemails that are loud on home phones because they have home phones is why I say that.
Of course they do,
in this place. And it's in the 2015s.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, yeah. So their relationship grows to the point where Jeff and Cindy start kind of making plans for the future together. But they don't have any plans for how they're not going to be in the relationships they're in or how this is going to work, but just they're like, well, yeah, when we're together, we'll do this and that. And they're talking about how they're going to, I'm talking like financial things, like we're going to consolidate this when we know we can invest in that, and talking about mutual funds and shit. It's weird. Like,
wow.
That's how, if that gets you hot, I guess. I mean, we're not going to fuck, but let's talk about mutual funds.
We're not banging, but we're talking about who's getting the rock. What's happening?
I got interest running down my leg right now. Yeah, that's how fucking hot I am about this fucking retirement planning.
Contributions to future funds.
Yeah. Oh, IRA up my ass, baby. Give it to me hard.
This is just too much.
Oh my God, it's so strange. So
is this how they do it?
We're gonna open a laundromat and hire people just to come and clean the machines out. It's gonna be perfect. So this is what they're doing. The pastor here, Pastor Jeff, ends up filing for divorce from his wife, though.
Okay, so he's dead serious.
He's like, I'm done with this. And I don't know what there must have been problems to begin with if he's out looking for,
of course,
congregants to fuck or be with or emotionally.
He's a pastor. Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a lot of these guys, just like anybody else who likes to stand on a stage, they like it feeds their ego and they like it. You get man of God or whatever. It's a guy standing on a stage who gets paid to do it. So you think every comic says shit that they believe in? Fuck no.
Yeah, that's true.
Fuck no. They say what they think the audience wants to hear for the most part. That's what it is. There's not a lot of George Carlins walking around anymore who's going to try to craft their audience. They're going to go,
just beg your approval. That's
it. So, and that's anybody on a fucking stage, you can pretty much say that for. And even the people who really mean well. I'm not saying every pastor is a fucking grifter, but even the ones that mean well, and there's also a core of them that really likes being on stage and everybody looking at them, and they want the women to think they're handsome, and they want the guys to think they're cool, and they want
those guys all put that whatever clothing on and looked in the mirror before they went out.
Exactly.
There. If they didn't care about, what I mean, they wouldn't look in the fucking mirror.
There's a certain.
You got to be the part.
It's a way exactly, and you're selling it. That's your job too. So that's how it goes. So he ends up filing for divorce and moving out, and that's a mess, as you can imagine. The senior pastor's getting a divorce isn't really going over well with the board, because they have a board, and the board's pissed about it. Cindy, though, has no plans of divorcing Michael at all here.
Oh.
She's still got Michael, her husband, and she's not.
She's just going to collect husbands.
That's it. As a matter of fact, Mike found out about this affair.
Oh, boy.
After the affair had become sexual, Mike found out about it because she does not hide this well, as we'll talk about later.
Yeah.
She's not good at this. You know, like,
yeah.
It's very strange. She's like so out in the open about it. You're like, why didn't you just tell him? Because this is almost worse than if you just said, hey, I'm fucking the pastor, by the way, to let you know. See, you know.
I'll be home late tonight. I got a cock appointment.
I got a thing I got to do here. It's a music and cock together. It's a, you know what I mean? You know, it's a package deal.
You get it.
That's it. You got it. So they end up, they end up taking, these two, the couple, Mike and Cindy, they want to try to rekindle their relationship and get back on a right path after he finds out. So
Attaboy, Mike.
They go away together.
Uh-huh.
Where would two adults who need to rekindle a marriage go to make everything better? Where do you think?
Disney World.
Absolutely. You're absolutely
that
right. That's why I asked you, because I knew that's what you'd say, because it's the stupidest answer you could think
it's ridiculous.
of. Yeah. A real answer would have been, I don't know, the Bahamas or something.
Yeah,
a fucking
Panama. You're in the fucking Gulf Coast. You could go anywhere down there that's much
Disney
more romantic.
World.
I'm taking you to Orlando, baby.
I want to go to the home of Casey Anthony so we can listen to kids whine and bitch and complain.
Close to that, isn't it?
Yeah, oh yeah. Whine and bitch and complain that they're not getting all the toys they want and going on the rides they want. While it's 97 degrees and humid, maybe we'll bump into Casey. What do you say? Fingers crossed. Let's go.
You know, I'm going to take you to
romance.
where the best couple on the planet is, Mickey and Minnie.
That's the one. Maybe we can learn something from them. Maybe.
They've been together since the 40s. Come on.
Yeah, geez, the 30s, I think. Come on, Jesus. Let's get in there. They can help us here. Mickey, Minnie, we'd like to ask you your secrets of marriage. They make mouse noises and shit. It's not helpful. They just point
Mickey,
and you're like, ask Mulan. What the fuck what does she know? This sucks. Pocahontas isn't going to help me with this, all right? I need you to. So, January of 2015, they are going to sit Jeff down and talk to him about this whole thing because there's some untoward rumors around town. One of the board members said they were going to have a meeting with him, and instead of facing the deacons one Sunday morning, he just chose to get up and resign.
Is that right?
Yeah, they sat him down and he went, you know what? Don't bother. I quit. Fuck off.
I know what you're going to do.
Yeah. You're going to complain.
I sense a firing in here.
Yeah, or at least a talking to.
Transfer, anything. Yeah.
So Cindy stops going to church, too. How dare they?
Yeah, I don't see this guy. Yeah.
Fucking ridiculous. They got this guy on there now. So she did say, on different occasions, they still talked about their futures. They're still together. Even though she's trying to work it out with her husband, they're still having an affair, Jeff and Cindy. Still hot and heavy. So February 18th, 2015, they have a normal day of work. Cindy goes to work. She sees Mike at the house in the morning. She leaves and goes to work. During the day, she has lunch with Jeff, the pastor, to help him with divorce paperwork, she said. They had lunch to help him go over stuff because he's got divorce shit going on. Yeah. So after work, Michael gets out of work before she does. So Michael picks her up from her job. Here, okay. Michael picks Cindy up from her job, which is at the Jefferson County Courthouse in the accounting department.
Oh, that's why I asked her, because she works at the courthouse.
Yeah, she knows. She's good at paperwork and stuff.
I was like, this bitch doesn't know anything about divorce. She's never been divorced.
Yeah, she's got suicide and Disney World. She has no...
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show to tell you about the safest sponsor ever, Simply Safe. Absolutely. These people will keep you safe. It's amazing. You know that every 26 seconds a burglary takes place in the United States, according to the FBI. That means that by the time this podcast is over, dozens and dozens of homes will have been targeted, ransacked. God knows what happens here. So protect your home before it's too late with Simply Safe proactive security system. Simply Safe helps stop threats before they even have a chance to break in. Named Best Home Security System by U.S. News and World Report 5 years in a row. And by us for about the last 8 years as well. If you trust us, Believe me, you want Simply Safe. So visit simplysafe.com/small to claim 50% off a new system with professional monitoring plan and your first month free. That's simplysafe.com/small. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Now back to the show.
Hey everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show to tell you a little bit about Sono Bello. You know, the most known secret with celebrities and influencers and all these famous people is so many of them have had lipo. They've had lipo, whether it's a little touch-up here or a total makeover.
Yeah.
Nobody has a perfect body. That's the thing.
No.
They may look like it on TV, but there's things that help that. Absolutely. Lipo now has changed, and Sono Bello's been at the forefront with using LAL technology and getting those beautiful and natural outcomes for each person. Looking real natural. Our friends at Sono Bello are offering their best deal. You're now included in their winter savings event, but appointments are limited, so please get on this. Sono Bello doctors are masters in micro laser fat removal, a brilliant technique that removes stubborn fat permanently wherever your problem areas are. Tummy, love handles, thighs, arms, it's gone in one comfortable visit. Eating healthy and workouts are great. Keep doing that, but if you want to lose that stubborn fat in one visit, check out Sono Bello. Save big during their winter savings event. Schedule your free consultation now at sonobello.com/smalltownmurder. That's sonobello.com/smalltownmurder.
Now back to the show.
Those are her resolutions. So after that, they went to his mom's house, Michael's mom's house, to visit for a minute, to stop by and say hi. Then they went to the post office, dropped off something, mailed something. Then they went to a church service. I don't know which church, but some other church that Pastor Jeff is not the pastor of. So they go to a church service, and then they go home from there. Okay? Now, here's the thing. On the way home, from between church and home, they stop for some burgers and fries. At a place called Milo's, which is apparently really popular in Alabama.
That's the shit, huh?
And I looked up their website. Jimmie, their French fries look amazing. They're fucking crinkle cut and crispy. I want them bad. I really want them. Oh, I want them bad. I want them bad, dude. They look
just
so good.
Milos.com?
Milo's after the show, please. We got a story. We're limited time here. All right. Only to look at French fries right now. So
I love them.
They're so good. They look so fucking good, though. Oh my god! So they stop and get fries and everything, and then they go home. All right. Now, during the course of the day, Cindy has talked to Jeff like 8 times. They've gone back and forth with all sorts of conversations, cell phone talking from the office and everything like that. She drops Michael and the Milos off at home. Okay. She does not eat her Milos. She says she'll eat it when she gets home from the Piggly Wiggly.
Yeah.
She has to go. I'm not kidding. She has to go to the Piggly Wiggly. People not from America, the Piggly Wiggly is a store that people go to, and there's food inside. And
it's weird.
It's funny as shit. And believe me, everywhere outside of the places where there are Piggly Wigglies, we go, what the fuck are you name Piggly Wiggly for real? But that's what's what's there. They call it the pig, by the way, down there.
Do they really?
Multiple people in this story when I went to the pig, and then she went to the pig, and I'm like, oh my god, they have a fucking nickname for Piggly Wiggly. So she went there because she had to get a couple of things, which is sliced ham, like the pre-sliced ham in a plastic package, and orange juice. Had to have those 2 things. So, she gets into the house. She gets back. She's got her orange juice and her ham, and she walks into the house and sees a coffee table turned upside down.
Oh.
And things seem to be like a mess. Things are thrown about. Things are tipped over. So she immediately grabs the cordless phone and calls 911. I know it's the cordless phone because that's important later. So she sees the overturned table, just immediately calls. And it's 8 p.m. Here's the 911 call. Operator says, police department. She says, hey, I just got home and walked in the front door, and I don't know if the house has been broken into or what. The tables have been knocked over, and I can't find my husband.
Okay.
All right. There's a lot wrong with that, by the way, with all of that, but we'll talk about that later. So the operator says, okay, let's back up just a little bit. Who are you? Yeah. Number one, you got to get an address and all that shit. She says, Cindy Henderson Reese. Cindy Reese, your address, all that. That's how the 911 call starts. Okay. The police arrive, the local cops here, the Morris police, and they come in just to see if, some lady thinks somebody broke in her house. Go fucking walk through and make sure there's nobody in her house so she can whatever. Her dog probably knocked a table over, and that's kind of how they think. Everybody's crazy. So she gets home, they get over to her house, and it's a mess. It's not only shit's overturned, but I've seen the pictures. It's a mess to begin with. Like, there's shit everywhere. There's shit everywhere. It's a small house. It's very cluttered. And now there's shit knocked over, too. So it looks like people are, like, in the middle of moving, and they just stopped and said, fuck it, I'm leaving. Never mind. Call the cops. I'm out of here. So the Morris police, they walk through the house. They immediately, when they walk in the house, they see the overturned table, and they see everything else overturned, and they look down the hallway, which is visible. With the kitchen is visible from the front door if you look down the hallway, and they can clearly see a man lying on the floor in a pool of blood in the kitchen.
Oh.
And that's Michael Earl Reese. He is shot in the kitchen. He has been shot with a single gunshot wound to the back of the head. Oh. It's a 38 caliber, so decent size too. Yeah. And so at that point, Morris police call the Jefferson County sheriffs, and they go, we're going to fuck this all up if y'all don't get down here and help us.
Yeah.
The mayor's about to be here. It's going to be a mess, I'm telling you right now. It's going to be a mess. We don't deal with a lot of this type of deal. It's a small town. It's not their fault. How much homicide happens in this town?
Right.
They don't have experience.
You guys hurry, there's fresh Milos here.
Yeah, it's still kind of warm. I think if you could salvage it probably.
Hurry.
Y'all got an air fryer in here and all this shit mess, goddammit. If you got an air fryer, these are going to be delicious. I'll tell you what.
Refresh these in a sec.
It's going to be 3 minutes I give them. They're going to be real good because they're not even like refrigerator cold. You know what I mean? They're
in a
room temp. So they call them in just before 10 p.m. To ask for assistance investigating a homicide. The Morris officers reported that they got there at 8. It was a report of a burglary, and this is what we found. So they immediately see, the county officials, that there's no signs of forced entry into the home.
Okay.
None of that. And
doors and windows intact.
And they have Cindy, and they go, what's missing? And there's nothing missing in the house except for, she says, a few pieces of her jewelry. So a couple of that, maybe 2-3 pieces of jewelry. That's it. Nothing else.
Some jewelry and my husband's life.
And and the life force of my husband.
Right.
Part of my husband's brain. Those. They don't recover a weapon. There's no weapon in the house or anything like that. So it's a mystery. The lead detective tells the press, we don't believe the people in the community should be concerned about this being a random act. It would be very unusual time of evening for a burglary to occur. Yeah, early evening is a weird time for a burglary. It just is. That's not your norm. Probably, I would say, the least amount of burglaries take place in the early evening.
It seems like dinner really will change your attitude about burglary.
Well, that's when people are home the most. All the lights are on. It's still daylight out if it's summertime, which, it's that's how it goes.
Vast majority of households still gather for dinner. That's the thing
dinner,
that we do.
People are watching TV. You don't want to break in at that point. So he says that, along with the fact that there's no forced entry, usually means the victim knew the suspect, and we will not be surprised to learn that moving forward. They have theories already. Our detectives are busy speaking with family, friends, and associates to try and determine any possible motivation for someone to take this man's life. Whoever it was pretty cold-blooded. We owe it to the victim to find out who did this and make them answer for it. We will use all of our resources to do exactly that.
Okay.
Wonderful. His obituary is in the paper here, and says he's survived by his loving wife of 5 years, Cindy Henderson Reese, and his parents are still alive, Earl and Sandra, and he's got a sister and a niece. He does not have any children. I know that for a fact. He doesn't have any children anyway. And all these people and his friends love him, and he's a very well-liked guy, by the way, Michael. Seems like a kind of an easygoing. I mean, he finds out his wife is fucking the pastor and just goes to Disneyland with her. Like, that's pretty easigoing.
Pretty chill guy.
Pretty forgiving.
Kidless guy at Disney World.
Because he's happy. That's why.
Yeah.
He hasn't been driven to the point of madness, so he's just like, we'll just go to Disney World. It'll be all right. But all those kids, that's all right. Once we walk out the gate, we don't have to hear him again. It's fine.
Guess what? They ain't mine.
They ain't mine. I'll smile and go, yep, that's right. So he's dead. Basically, within about a week of this, Pastor Jeff moves into the house.
Get out of here.
Oh, yeah, he moves right into the house. There's still, I don't even know if the brain's cleaned up off the kitchen walls yet. He's in the house already, living there.
Wow.
Which obviously just explodes this town with even more gossip than ever before.
Oh,
now, the pastor that everybody rumored that she was fucking now moved in after her husband's been murdered in the kitchen. Holy shit.
And he's divorced.
Oh, God.
And he's not working at the church anymore.
Scandal.
This guy is a madman.
Scandal.
All in our faces.
All up in our grill pieces here. Jesus Christ. All up in our Milo's grill. So the investigation, the sheriff's deputy, chief deputy Randy Christian, he's kind of the lead investigator who gives statements to the press. He said, there are some things that are very clear. You know, it's very unusual for a burglary to happen that time of night and with no forced entry. So the home being in a little bit of disarray, it's a good possibility that was staged, he tells the press.
Oh.
Yeah, they said that from what they figured out, though, they had a dog, and Michael Reese opened the door to let the dog outside.
Okay.
And they believe that's when he was shot in the back of the head, when he bent down to pet the dog or something before they went out.
Okay.
He fell face forward into two studs that were sticking out of a piece of wood, which was being used in an ongoing construction project at the home.
Fuck.
So, yeah, that's awful. So right away, though, they say, well, we need suspects. Who could this be? One person they're suspicious of is a contractor who had done some work at the house. They say maybe while he was in there, he saw something of value that he wanted to steal, and this is how he's coming back to do it. Or did you guys get along with him? Did you stiff him on a payment? Did he think you owe him more? You know, who knows? That's a lot to...
This is the way I'm just going to get my only amount. I'm only going to take what they owe me.
With her bracelet, like...
Right.
She's got a pair of earrings, look real nice.
They owe me $6. This is probably worth $8. I'll take
it. I'll take it.
His life.
Wow. So the house, though, there's a certain... When you see a ransacked house, we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
People who investigate a lot of murder scenes and things like that and investigate scenes like this can tell the difference between a actual ransacking looking for valuables and just ransacking and just somebody tipping stuff over. Because when people rob shit and shit's a mess, there's reasons for it. They take out a dresser drawer, dump the contents, toss the drawer, looking for shit. They pull stuff out that's that. They might cut a mattress open looking to see if something's in it. They'll do that. They don't just tip over an end table because there's no reason to do that. Why would you do that? How's that get you money? You're getting in and out as fast as you can.
They're also not worried about taking care not to break things. Like
That's
if a
the
hinge
other
breaks, if a hinge breaks, they don't give a fuck.
They don't care.
Staging, it's like, I'm going to have to fix that.
That's the other thing. All of the furniture that's the good stuff that's tipped up, nothing's broken.
Yeah.
There's not a leg broken off everything. Everything looks like it was laid down and it's not ransacked the correct way or something would be ransacked. If you're ever going to stage something like that, rob the place and look like you're fucking robbing it. How would I rob this if I have the cops will be here in 5 minutes? How do I rob this place? It wouldn't be, let me push some furniture over gently.
Right.
So
rip some cabinets apart. Make it fun. Make it irreplaceable. Not fixable. Make it replaceable.
Box of cereal torn open.
Yeah.
Fucking Lucky Charms spread across the kitchen. Maybe there was Coke in there. You don't know. That's right, goddammit, with the sparkly rainbows and fucking horseshoes. So they said it's just tipped over. Nothing of value is broken. Just 3 pieces of jewelry, and that's it. So they talked to Cindy down at the station because maybe she knows something. So during this, the whole time she cries with no tears. It's nothing coming out of her eyes, no wiping, nothing like that.
Like that.
They ask him, have you been told that he's been killed? You know, Michael's dead. And she said, yeah, she's just been told that he was shot and she doesn't know, she didn't know. So the detective says, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And Cindy says, I just saw this mess and called 911 on the cordless phone. And the detective said, did you holler for Michael? And that's just how he said it. Did you holler for Michael? And she said, I did holler for him. And detective said, did he have any enemies? She said, I don't know. I really don't know. Which, that's a terrible answer. The answer is no or yes. That's your husband. I've been married twice. I know every fucking person my wife doesn't like. And I know exactly why she doesn't like them. And I know who doesn't, you know what I mean? And she knows who I don't like and exactly why. We know our enemies. You know your spouse's enemies because who else would they bitch about that person to? So I don't know is an answer.
Definitely talk about conflict, for sure. That's 100%.
Definitely. So the detective said, did it make it easier, this whole thing, the murder? But the way he says it, this detective's good, actually. He says, did it make it easier because you were in love with Jeff to let your relationship with Michael fall to the side, and left it open for her to speak, which is, again, great technique. Yeah. And did it make it easier? He doesn't say to kill Michael or other. Just did it make it easier, and let her fill it in, because maybe she'll take it as that. Really good technique there. Cindy, laughing for some reason at this point, says, no, I have a lot of guilt. Like nervous laughter, like, no, I feel guilty about that, about their affair.
You know about that. Damn it.
So, detective said, was it a controlling thing, jealousy? Like, is that why you didn't want to be with Michael, because he was controlling and jealous? And Cindy said, quote, I really think he was jealous of mine and Jeff's relationship. Really?
Weird.
Weird that you'd be jealous that your pastor's plowing your wife. That's strange. Wow. What a fucking asshole. I'm telling Mike. Jesus, man. What's up with that?
I think he was.
I think he was jealous. Wow, that's really shocking, because I
can't imagine.
Be thrilled with it. You mean he didn't get you like a gift certificate to the Outback and told you guys you two kids have a wild night out there? Like, what the fuck? She said,
Bloomin' onions are on special
this
week.
Yeah.
Get in there.
This is a 75. You can get a bloomin' onion and a couple of steaks with this bad boy. One of those horse shit concoction drinks they make, too.
Something blue.
We came up with something different. No, you haven't.
You just called it something different. That's it.
Called it something Australian, mate. That's all.
You threw the word koala on it.
Yeah, now it's a koala kick and not a fucking
koala cooler.
Fuck
you.
I don't want that. Jesus Christ. So Cindy says, and because our relationship kind of turned into more, I understood that jealousy. Oh, mighty big of you. Wow.
That is a very casual way to say I blew the pastor.
I blew the pastor, so I understood my husband might be upset about that.
When it turned into more.
More.
You made the guy come. Fuck you.
Based on Jesus, though. So
yeah, right. Yeah.
Based on Jesus and music, so I think it makes it okay. She said, and I tried to be, he started being controlling. Didn't want me to fuck the pastor like I had been and stuff.
He told me no.
He told me no. So then the detective, he has a little soliloquy for her now, where he's going to try to get her to talk. And he says, quote, when I was talking to you before about Jeff, your face would actually light up. You were having fond memories of that. Then you'd talk about Michael and your forehead would wrinkle up a little bit and you'd be able to see a little tension in your face.
Nice observation.
He's analyzing her body language and telling her that he's doing it, so now she's going to be self-conscious about what she does, and he's playing with her mind. It's brilliant. This guy's a really good interrogator. For a small county in Alabama, they got a real star over here. He's pretty good. Whether she gives it up or not, it doesn't matter. So this is smart. He said you'd have fond memories about that. Your forehead would wrinkle up. You'd be able to see a little tension, and deservedly so, because of what's been going on in your life. Yeah. The biggest thing was when you started talking about getting home from church, you wanted to cover your face. You wanted to cover your eyes. You wanted to cover your mouth. So now she's going to be real worried about where her hands are. The whole time, too, she's nodding along with him.
Yeah, you're right. I am doing that.
Which, if you can get people to nod along, you really get them on. So she said, quote, or then he said, he keeps going, do you know why? Because this is brilliant. Listen to the way he puts this. Because you saw something that hurts you.
Oh.
So that means he's saying, even if you killed your husband, I know it hurt you.
I understand.
And I get it. This is brilliant. You didn't want to see it. You didn't want to talk about it. And before, he says, I don't even know if you remember, but before you said you went out to the pig, the Piggly Wiggly, you almost started crying. And she starts nodding twice as fast at this point. He said, because you knew exactly when and what happened, and it terrifies you. It terrifies you. Then he moves his chair closer to her.
Here's what I know.
Gets up in her airspace. Where you everybody knows what everybody had for lunch in this that.
Smell my aftershave. Let's talk.
Yeah. Smell my aftershave and a bloomin' onion. Well, I went there to get the gift card. What do you think? I wasn't going to stop and get an onion while I was there? They're fucking delicious.
Don't tell the boss I had a koala cooler.
I did. You know, hey, it's a tough job. What do you want from me? A lot of stress. He then says, again, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry that this has happened. But will you talk to me and maybe tell me what happened? It's fucking brilliant, man.
It's awesome.
She starts getting real loose and says her relationship's been lousy because Michael was more interested in playing video games than being with her. Now she opens up about, Mike, this is what the fucking deal is. She said, but Jeff was totally different, and he was caring and attentive and, you know, loving and all that. The investigators had, before they talked to her, had already learned that she was having an affair with Jeff. Yeah, it was around town, and people in town, all over town, had seen them making out in their cars and making out over here in parking lots. Yeah, everybody. It's 2,200 people. You can't fuck someone and not have everyone know about it. You can't. Even if you go to the motel guy is going to tell everybody they came here to fuck. Like, you're screwed.
You're not going to believe who was in the same room.
Yeah, it's not a doctor. There's no confidentiality to the Motel 6 guy.
And why are you both staying in a hotel room in a town of 22? You both have homes.
Yeah, unless you're driving for a long time and can't possibly make it to a better town. This is what's happening. Yeah. Hey, everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show to tell you a little bit more about our stylish friends at Quince. That's right. Let's go elevate your styles, people. Yeah. Get it going, look good out there, and you can do it now without breaking your wallet, without breaking the bank, because at Quince, you can get high-end, versatile pieces at prices we can all actually afford, which is very nice. You want to get good stuff that lasts and it's good, and they have quality stuff that's very affordable, and you can do like we did, upgrading our stuff here, while still being a very reasonable price. Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, responsible manufacturing practices, along with premium fabrics and finishes. It's all quality stuff. You're going to love it. Trust us, it looks good. And I've got the leather jacket. It's a very high-quality item. Real nice, soft leather. Yeah. Jimmie's got his linen pants he's rocking.
Yeah, they're terrific.
Come on, be like us. Be fashionable. Get in there with Quince. Indulge in affordable luxury. Go to quince.com/smalltownmurder for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/smalltownmurder to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/smalltownmurder.
Now back to the show.
Hey, everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show to tell you a little bit about a very cool place, Thrive Market. Yes, we are both looking to get into the healthy swing this year. The problem is I don't know what's in everything, and I don't know if even I'm qualified to even read the labels to know if that's good or that's bad. Right. There's chemicals in things, and there's things floating around. I don't know what I'm doing out there. One of my favorite features, and I know you were talking to me about this, is the Healthy Swap Scanner in the Thrive Market app. Yeah, it's simple. You scan any item, and it'll instantly suggest a cleaner, healthier grocery alternative, which is
it's great.
Amazing. Yeah. That's great. Thrive Market also takes the guesswork out of finding these safe, healthy foods. For example, like I'm trying to get my protein intake up for energy. I'm always moving around. I need stuff. And I love that you can filter their site by the high protein options. Nice. It's very cool. And you can personalize this portion and you can put filters on it. And get ready. You should be ready for a junk-free start to 2025. Get ready for it and head to thrivemarket.com/smalltownmurder and get 30% off your first order plus a free $60 gift. That's THRIVE market.com/smalltownmurder, thrivemarket.com/smalltownmurder.
Now back to the show.
Calling all dog owners. Your furry friend deserves top-notch nourishment, and Ollie delivers the clean, fresh nutrition your dog needs in 5 flavors they'll absolutely flip over. Ollie is made in U.S. kitchens with ingredients carefully sourced from trusted growers and producers around the world, with absolutely no harmful fillers or preservatives. With protein-first recipes like fresh beef with sweet potatoes, fresh turkey with blueberries, or fresh lamb with cranberries, you might start thinking, Dang, my dog eats better than I do. And that's probably true when it comes to Ollie. Give your pup a fresh start this new year by letting them taste test a personalized meal plan with Ollie. Head to ollie.com/Wondery. Tell them all about your dog and use code WONDERY to get 60% off your first box of meals when you subscribe today. Plus, they offer a clean bowl guarantee on the first box. So if you're not completely satisfied, you'll get your money back. That's OLLIE.com/Wondery and enter code WONDERY to get 60% off your first box. Start your dog's new year off right with Ollie. Start your dog's new year off right with Ollie.
Yeah. So she says that all those people that saw them making out all over town, that was all just a big misunderstanding, though.
Okay.
It was just he had something in his eye all the time, and I'm always trying to get it out. That's all it is.
We played a game. He didn't think I'd get the blooming onion out of his molar with my tongue.
And I did.
I got it.
Spoiler alert, I win.
And tied it in a knot.
Tie an onion onion petals in a knot. That's amazing. She claims that her and Jeff's relationship was only emotional until about a month ago. Now she claims. Before that, it was only emotional here. She also admits to having a savings account with him. They opened up a savings account here with Jeff, and having her name on his title of his vehicle and on the lease of his apartment as well.
What?
But she said she only let him use her credit. She was just co-signing for him because he was getting out of a marriage and he was getting divorced. She never paid any bills associated with the car or apartment, which we know isn't true because there's deposits and checks to pay his rent for his apartment. So she paid his rent into his apartment, made out to the apartment complex or whatever. Yeah. Mm-hmm. She also acted strange because they said she never asked anything about her husband. From the time she went outside the house for the cops to look around, she never said, "Is my husband okay? Where's my husband? Is he all right? Is he alive? Is he dead? She never asked once.
She only knew because they offered it.
Yeah, because they told her that. And she went, "Oh, yeah, they told me he was shot," but she didn't ask. Now, the big clue here, clue that gets to because right now she looks guilty, but
oh yeah,
it would really suck to be having an affair and to go to the old pig here and come home and just have some random person have seen your husband open a door to let a dog out and shoot him and kill him and fucking, try to find some shit and ransack the place poorly and you get blamed for it. So that would be terrible. So they need a big clue. And here's the big clue. It's not DNA. It's not forensics, although they'll have some of that later. Nope. The big clue is that Cindy's story was that they had gone to church and picked up dinner at Milo's on the way home. Rather than stopping at home with Michael to eat, she went to the grocery store to Piggly Wiggly and found him dead. One detective said, quote, "They have absolutely some of the best French fries, I'd have to say, in the world." He said, so the interviewer said, "That was the red flag moment for you, that Cindy didn't stay and eat her fries?"
How American is this?
And he says, quote, this is on Dateline on television.
Yeah.
And he says, "As bizarre as it sounds, yes."
You ain't going to the pig without eating your fries.
Without eating your fries first. He said that they are famous for their seasoned fries, Milo's, but everybody around here knows. This is like a,
local lore. Yeah.
This is my cousin Vinny talking about how long it takes for water to soak into a grit. He says everybody knows, every self-respecting Southerner knows that those fries are not good when they're not hot. They're only good when they're fresh and hot. So nobody around these parts would say,
walk away from your Milo.
"I'll eat my Milo's fries later," because you might as well throw them in the garbage now. They'd eat them if nothing else. If nothing else.
Milo stays 5 degrees warmer in your
kitchen than any other place on the face of the earth.
Yeah.
I might have believed that a seasoning comes off a French fry as it gets cold faster in your kitchen than any other place on the face of the earth. Is that what you're saying? So that's what it is. And they go, "That's bullshit. She'd have taken them in the car to the Piggly Wiggly or something." That's bullshit. I'm sorry.
How about it?
They're crinkle cut. They look so good. So they say, "We got to talk to Jeff. Let's have Jeff sit down here." They say, "Well, how long have you known Cindy? Where'd y'all meet?" And he says, "I was the pastor of the church from August 2013, worship leader." He said,
kind of a big deal.
Kind of a big guy there,
Yeah.
The detective said, was she with Michael? Was she already married? And he says the same thing. We had an emotional relationship, but they didn't fuck until he left the church, and that, Mike knew about the affair, but there's no bad blood. Everybody was fine. Everything's happy. We give each other high fives. He says, also, I have an alibi. I was 50 miles away in another town when this happened.
Oh.
So the detective said, would you say that his curiosity or his suspicion was warranted? And Jeff gets this, I just fucked the lady in church smile on his face. And nods so vigorously.
Yeah.
When you see a fat guy, because everybody in this story eats a lot of Milos, let's just put it that way. But when you see a fat guy with his arms crossed, nodding his head vigorously with an evil smile on his face, he fucking means it.
Yeah.
And the detective said, well, of course they were. Yeah, like, I know that, stupid. He wants to see if he'll give him at least that much honesty.
Anything, yeah.
So they look at the 911 call again, another suspicious thing. She doesn't state the fact. She starts her narrative. I got home and saw that my house is being burglarized. It would be, here's my address. House is being burglarized, I think. I think there's burglars. Send somebody. I'm scared to go inside. I just got home from church. I didn't eat my Milo's fries, but I did go to the Piggly Wiggly. Now, the other thing they notice is when you walk in, the table's overturned. The table's right here. Yeah. Your cordless phone is right next to it. And if you just look with your eyeballs down the hallway is the kitchen, and you can see Michael. So for her to see the table, she saw Michael too.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, on the phone, she said, I can't find my husband. Another thing, she already had orange juice and ham in the fridge.
What?
She had a little bit of orange. It was a gallon thing of orange juice with a little bit left, but enough for a couple of glasses, and a thing of nasty sliced plastic ham too. She already had that. They also find in her office, she has framed pictures of both her and Jeff and her and Mike on her desk.
What the fuck?
Oh, yeah. Her and Jeff right on her desk, and then on a shelf right above it in her cubicle is her and Mike. Just like both of the happy couples. It's crazy. They found out she'd been paying his rent. Also, Mike said that he was afraid of Jeff. He had told a coworker this because this coworker, he had good reason. This coworker had come to Mike and said, hey, I just heard a rumor from a guy I know. Guy I know said that Pastor Jeff guy that's fucking your wife, we've all seen her, fingering her in the cars and everything. Yeah. He just offered my friend money to kill you. Just so you know that. I would watch out for that.
The pastor, so religious, is offering dough to...
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's trying to get full employment is what it is. Just it's a job creator. That's what he is. So, Fuck. So at the same time, on the 911 tapes, it reveals that Cindy was actually talking to someone else when the 911 tape came on, because you could hear her say, my cell battery's almost dead, quietly. She was talking on the cell. They look at her records, and she was talking to Brown through this whole time. She was talking to him through the phone call to 911 and before that and everything else.
So she was telling him, just in case it cuts, my cell phone battery's low.
It's low, yeah, but she's calling 911 now and all this type of shit. So they think that he was on the phone at least during all this shit. So they found her on phone records while Cindy was at the Pig, Jeff texted her, quote, keep me posted. Okay. Then Cindy made a call to Jeff around the time where they think the murder happened. She was still on the phone with him when she dialed 911. They checked Jeff's records. He wasn't 50 miles away. He actually pings on the same cell tower that pings to their street. So he was at least in their neighborhood or down the street from there. FBI cell phone analyst also said that there was records that Reese called Brown. Cindy called Pastor Jeff 11 times between the morning and between the morning of the February 18th, or the night of February 18th and the morning of February 19th. She called him 11 times. He called her 7 times. Okay. So, also, they find some of Michael's blood on Jeff's Bible in Jeff's car.
Oh, no.
That's not good. So these two are having lunch together, living together, all this. They go out to lunch together, Jeff and Cindy, and as they're driving away, they get pulled over and arrested from a lunch date. And they're both being held in county jail with a bond set at $100,000. And, so that
Pretty
makes
sure
sense.
You two did this.
Yeah. The prosecutor or the detective said, I think we all understand matters of the heart and ups and downs and ebbs and flows of relationships. What we can't understand and never will understand is someone getting so twisted, dark, and lost that they believe cold-blooded murder is the answer. Yet here we are with 3 families ruined because of dark hearts, stupidity, and extreme selfishness. Yes. Our detectives worked very hard on this case, and they are to be commended. Our hearts and prayers continue to be with the victim's family. This will be hard for them to digest. Cindy bonds herself out but leaves Jeff in jail.
Is that right?
Absolutely.
He's the most selfish asshole.
So he's stuck in jail while trial's coming up, and they get Jeff to say, all right, fuck it, I'll flip on her. I'll tell everything.
She's out? Oh, I'll tell you everything.
They left him in there. They gave him a deal. So he accepts a 20-year jail term in exchange for a plea to manslaughter rather than murder, and he agrees to testify against her.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. He said while he and his wife filed for divorce, he said he was upset because Cindy never had any plans of divorcing Michael. She did mention, though, getting rid of him completely, saying that on several occasions she intended on either shooting him or poisoning him, and she could never figure out what was the best way to go about it.
Good Lord.
He also claimed that she requested him to hire someone to do the deed, but they didn't want to do it. That's happened to a couple different people. He said that, he maintained Cindy killed Michael, and there's some proof of this, too, that makes sense a little bit here. Pastor Jeff also said that Cindy they'd often meet for lunch and talk in the Jefferson County Courthouse parking deck, and after her co-workers accused her of having an affair, then they went to the cemetery behind the community college instead to hang out. So there, he said in the cemetery, that's when they began talking about killing Michael, hanging out in the cemetery.
Good Lord.
He said she would say things like, I wish he was gone. He also, which I mean, a lot of people say, I wish they weren't around, but not, I wish he was gone. He also claimed that she would talk about shooting Michael with a .38 revolver or poisoning him. She said she would plead insanity and she had the meds to prove it. She's one of those like, I got doctors that'll back me up. I'm crazy.
Guessed the caliber.
Yeah. I think that's the gun she maybe had. So she said that he said it was weekly conversations about killing Michael. He claimed that he was instructed by Cindy to find someone to take care of it. He admitted asking one of his coworkers to kill Michael in exchange for his car. He wasn't even going to give him cash. He was going to give him a car. He said, wow.
Yeah.
He said, I reported back to her. He said multiple times he asked friends to kill him and nobody would do it. So in a small town, that's going to get back to the guy eventually.
Yeah.
A week before the shooting, Cindy allegedly told Jeff that she planned to shoot Michael, take items from the home, and knock over furniture to make it look like a robbery. Okay, so February 18th, he said he talked to Cindy throughout the day, and again after she and her husband left church. He said he heard the two arguing before they went to Milo's in the post office. She called him and just had him on the phone, but put the phone in her pocket so he could be on the phone with her. He said Cindy was going to meet up with him later that night to give him money for gas. When Cindy arrived home, she called him again. He said he overheard the couple arguing about who was going to feed the dog before Cindy said, I'm so sick and tired of that dumb nut to Pastor Jeff on the phone. Then he said he heard a popping noise before Cindy came back on the phone and said, we need to meet now.
Oh, boy.
He says that they went home after church, and she said that when he bent down to pet the dog, that's when Cindy shot him. Then turned over some furniture, went to the Piggly Wiggly, because this was all before. Then she went to the Piggly Wiggly like nothing happened and came back. But on the way to the Piggly Wiggly, she actually met Jeff at the Shell gas station in the neighborhood. That's why he's pinging to the neighborhood. There, he said that he met her at the gas station where she gave him the .38 revolver and the jewelry that was hers that she stole. He later dumped the gun on Highway 75 in Pinson and gave the jewelry to another woman because, nice guy.
Yeah. Why let it go to waste?
He's fucking unbelievable. Then she went on and got the ham and OJ to the Piggly Wiggly and came home and went, oh, no, 911, hello. That's what happened.
I'd like to dig up her ex-husband and find out what happened there.
Thank you. I was going to say, that's the big thing we have for this is I really want to find out what the fuck happened with her first husband because I'm not buying the suicide shit now at all.
Yeah.
Not at all, man. Someone whose husband killed themselves before isn't going to kill their next husband, probably.
No.
That seems like the last person that would do it. Now, the prosecutor at her trial said instead of just divorcing her husband, she, quote, broke her vows in a heinous, horrific, and deadly way.
Solid.
That's a My Cousin Vinny prosecutor. Didn't that guy say heinous? In a heinous. He did say it.
He did horrific, hideous, and then he ran out of H's. He said, deadly way.
Deadly way. Just deadly. She's deadly. He said, he was left there. It's about Cindy Reese, what she did and what she's guilty of. The defense said that, this is crazy, the fact that she wouldn't divorce Michael, quote, that bothered Jeff completely. He is potentially losing his cash cow, meaning because she's paying for his shit. Right. And he said that Jeff was the shooter and he was inside the Reese home waiting for Michael to arrive. Then he said, quote, there's two sides to every story.
Two sides.
Two sides. One, yeah, identical. Mike's father testifies, saying that Michael had a $50,000 life insurance policy and that Cindy is the beneficiary of it as well. Jerry also testifies and says, quote, she would say things like, I wish he was gone. She would saying she would plead insanity and had the meds, like we said before. But the defense attorney says you stood in the same place for 45 minutes talking about waiting and laying in wait for Michael to come home and all of that, and says, you did all this. And he just said, the pastor just says, I didn't kill Michael Reese.
I didn't do it.
That's that. They also said, are you hoping your sentence will be decreased from 20 years after you testify? And he said, yeah, of course.
Well, sure.
Duh.
Yeah, I'd like to not do any time, but I mean,
it's fine. Cindy testifies.
Oh, really?
She's gotta. She has to. She's got an accomplice saying this is what happened. She's got to be more.
Jeff for everything.
That's it. She denied ever asking for him to hire anyone to kill Michael. Mm-hmm. She denied making comments about wanting to poison or shoot him. She said that she began to have an affair in 2013, but they didn't have sex until the spring of 2014, which is like almost a year earlier than he says they started having sex, the pastor. She said the sexual nature lasted until the fall of that year when Cindy and Michael went on the trip to Disney World and reconnected. Man. But she said that during the time at Disney World that Pastor Jeff called her constantly, quote, Jeff wouldn't leave me alone and let me enjoy my vacation. She's real taken aback that these guys are upset she's fucking other guys. Wouldn't even let me just fuck my husband and what the fuck?
It's amazing. She's so shocked.
Wow. She said when she returned home from Disney World, the physical part of their affair ended, but she continued to speak to Pastor Jeff on a daily basis. She said that she and Michael went to Milo's while on the way home, and Reese told her husband that she needed a few groceries from the Piggly Wiggly. She said that she helped her husband take the Milo's inside. You don't need help taking in two people's worth of fast food, probably. And then
a couple of drinks.
That's what I mean. She left to go to the grocery store. That was probably just in case anyone saw her going in the house. Yeah. The police investigators said when they arrived at the scene at the night, the Piggly Wiggly bag containing the ham and orange juice were there. She said she met Brown at the gas station, Pastor Jerry, where she gave him $15 for gas. She didn't drop off murder weapons and pillaged goods. Pastor Jeff, yeah. And she says that she didn't give him a gun or any jewels or anything like that. That's crazy. She said, all I did is call 911, man. I don't know anything.
Okay.
Yeah. She said that she does not remember even talking to the police now. This is what she says on the stand, because she was swiftly put in the back of a patrol car when officers arrived, just to sit her there, not cuffed or anything. Mm-hmm. She said she was in extreme shock, which is an effect of her post-traumatic stress disorder, which she developed after the death of her first husband.
Oh.
She also agreed to that. She said that bits and pieces of Pastor Jeff's stuff was true, but that's it. The rest of it was lies. And they said, why didn't you tell your attorney about the closed back door on the first day of the investigation? Something to do with whether the door was open or not. Uh-huh. She said, I was in shock. Shock is part of my PTSD. Okay. The defense in their closing said, quote, the state has gotten in bed with Jeff Brown.
Oh.
Which the prosecution, when they came up, should have said, we wouldn't be the first ones, because... That's what
so
they should have
did your
said.
Client, friend.
Jesus Christ. They point out that the police did not take Pastor Jeff's clothing on the night of the murder or scan his hands for gunpowder residue. Okay. So there's that. The jury deliberates on Cindy for an hour and a half, and they come back guilty on her. They're sentencing, you, ma'am, may fuck off 40 years in prison they give her.
Wow.
40 years. Parole chance in 2030. Okay?
She's 50, yes?
Yeah, she's in her 40s at that point. She has an appeal that's denied here. And then in June of 2019, she's moved. She has a 40-year sentence, okay? She's moved from the Julia Tutwiler Prison for Women to a work release program in Birmingham.
Wait, what?
In fucking within 4 years of this murder.
Right around the corner from where it happened?
Where it happened. They said it's right by Michael Reese's family. They're very upset. The father, Mike's father, said, it makes me sick, to be honest with you. Said it's very painful. To be honest, it's hard to wrap my head around. It's very disheartening. The prosecutors flipping the fuck out. They said, we sentenced this person and this is bullshit. Basically the way Alabama Department of Corrections did it is based upon some rules or regulations. They made a decision that essentially if you're considered less dangerous than others, they'll just move you to work release. It's based on your risk. But if she's convicted of fucking cold-blooded killing a person.
Shooting a man in the back of the fucking head while he pet a dog.
But once she's in prison, I don't know, she's a nice 45-year-old lady, talks about church and stuff. She's not going to hurt anybody. She's less of a risk than this one. But after there's so much uproar, the Alabama Department of Corrections say that they're taking it all back. They said they're in the process of relocating the inmate to non-work release correctional facility. Our bad.
We didn't think you'd hear about it.
By the way, Jeff's going to be up for parole pretty soon here. And about a week ago, they just came out with a change.org petition and a big online thing to, quote, do not parole Jeff Brown. Yeah. And it's change.org. Do not parole Jeff Brown. They need 200 signatures. They have 129 right now.
Rock that up, guys.
Bang that out. Fuck that guy. So the quote from it, please do not let this man out one day before the end of his 20-year sentence, especially only 6 years into the sentence. Please do not put so little value on our friend's life. I beg of you. He deserves so much more. Please consider this plea with your board. Please do not let Jeffrey David Brown, co-conspirator and in the manslaughter plea agreement of taking the life, blah, blah, blah. So, please don't let him out there. There's also do not parole Jeff Brown petition on other ones. That's deeper.
The man texted, keep me posted. He was very well aware what was going to happen.
He knew what the fuck was going on, man. This is ridiculous. So they said it was a pre-planned disposal of the gun that was used, and he confessed to disposing of it. Michael's blood was on Jeff's Bible and Jeff's car. Give me a fucking break here. This is ridiculous. Now, the house itself, 637 Banks Street in Morris, is no longer in existence. It has been razed. It's a fucking vacant lot with a $12,000 estimate right now.
Wow.
Not
even rebuilt. They just fucking wiped it out.
Wiped it out. Salt the earth, everybody. 0.382 acres is what that is on there.
Great.
Holy shit, son. It's gone. She has an inmateaid.com account, by the way.
Fuck you.
You want to help her out. She's in Bessemer, Alabama, it says at this point. Enjoy there. I wouldn't help her with shit, though.
No.
And Michael is buried at the Bethel United Methodist Cemetery in Warrior, Alabama. So
that's crazy. They're likely trying to keep this below radar so they can both get out without anybody hearing anything.
Guess what? A lot of people are going to hear about it now. Dateline heard about it. Now we're bringing it back. So, yay, here we go. So, there you go, everybody. That's Alabama. Another Morris. So, enjoy.
What a story.
It's fucking crazy. If you like that, tell the world about it. Get whatever app you're on. Give us 5 stars. Shutupandgivememurder.com. August 12th, Chicago. Get your tickets. Patreon.com/crime and sports is where you get the bonus material. This week we have theme park disasters and prison riots. Fun shit. Get in there. That's patreon.com/crime and sports, and you get a shout out at the end of the regular show. Follow us on social media. We're at Shut Up and Give Me Murder. Small Town Murder. What the fuck are we? At Small Town Murder on Instagram.
Yes.
You just follow us. Who cares? Follow us on other shit. I don't know what the hell we're talking about.
Go to shutupandgivememurder.com. All the links are there.
That's all there. Find us. Do that. Keep coming back and seeing us. And until next week, everybody, it's been our pleasure.
Enjoy your Milos. Bye.
If you like Small Town Murder, you can listen early and ad-free now by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts. Prime members can listen early and ad-free on Amazon Music. Before you go, tell us about yourself by filling out a short survey at Wondery.com/survey.
It takes one guy out there to say, who's that Kyle who thinks he can just get on a microphone on a podcast and start publicizing this.
From iHeart Podcasts and Tenderfoot TV comes a new true crime podcast, Crook County.
I got recruited into the mob when I was 17 years old.
Meet Kenny, an enforcer for the legendary Chicago outfit.
And that was my mission, to snuff the life out of this guy.
He lived a secret double life as a firefighter-paramedic for the Chicago Fire Department.
I had a wife and I had 2 children. Nobody knew anything.
People are dying. Is he doing this every night?
Torn between 2 worlds.
I'm covering up murders that these cops are doing.
He was a freaking crazy man.
We don't know who he is, really.
He is my father, and I had no idea about any of this until now. Welcome to Crook County. Available now. Listen for free on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.